as part of VMblog's coverage of the upcoming show, VMworld, which is going to be in just a few weeks, we decided to speak with Jason Smith of Liquidware Labs and see what they're going to be doing at the show. Jason heads up the product marketing team, and he's strategically focused on the go-to-market strategies for the company's innovative desktop solutions. Jason is also a speaker at shows like Citrix Synergy, VMworld, the VMware Partner Exchange. Welcome, Jason.
Thanks. Thanks for having me on. And we're excited to be doing VMworld again this year with you guys.
Great. Yeah, it's going to be a great show. I can't wait. It's coming up quick, though.
Yeah, fast.
That's right. So this week I got on Amazon and I ordered some good, thick, supportive socks and an ankle brace, and I should be ready to go here soon.
So you're down in the Atlanta office right now, right?
I am. And as you guys may have caught wind, we did a rebrand here lately, right? And we've got a new sign in here to go along with all of our great awards we've got over there. So happily showing off the new logo that we're known as Liquidware now.
So that's a good jumping off point. Thanks again for joining us today, Jason. You just talked about your rebranding efforts. We just saw you guys at Citrix Synergy. Can you talk about what you guys have done? I know you shortened the name from Liquidware Labs to Liquidware, created a new logo, refreshed your website. But can you talk about your rebranding efforts and what they mean?
Right. So, we've been known as Liquidware Labs since 2009 when we got started. And, our solutions are even more mature than that because a couple of solutions that were already embedded in the market came to fruition with a whole suite that we now offer as Liquidware Labs Essentials. But at Synergy, we took the opportunity to show off a rebrand, and we're at liquidware.com now. So the domain became available. The whole space has grown up. It's no longer experimental, not Liquidware Labs, but the entire space of VDI is no longer experimental. So it was a great time to rebrand the company as Liquidware, show off how far that we've come as a company, how far the industry's come as a company. So we're excited to go without those 4 extra letters that you might have to type in to get to our domain.
So Jason, what do you guys have planned for VMworld at the end of the month? Can you give us any special events or anything going on at VMworld?
Well, we've not missed a VMworld yet. The first one we did as soon as we launched the company in 2009 in an innovators booth, little small booths back in the back. There wasn't much of an EUC practice, end user computing practice at VMware at the time, so created a lot of buzz. And VMworld has been consistently a good show for us. It's a data center centric show in many ways, but end user computing is always got a focus there. So what we're going to do is we're going to show off the newest version of ProfileUnity with FlexApp and FlexApp, because both can be purchased together or separate. You've got one management console for each, but you can enable the features in there for the ones that you license, and both have significant updates. So we're going to be showing off the new features for ProfileUnity. Includes role-based access, and that cuts across to FlexApp as well, so you can have an administrator over each individual thing. So our biggest customer accounts have the need to, maybe they've got a printer administrator only. So they have a need to have a guy to have only delegated admin access to that portion of the configuration. So we can do that now. Maybe they've got a guy that just packages up FlexApp. So we've got the ability to get in there and assign permissions for each individual person. And a feature that goes along with that is our auditing. So if you want to come in there and look to see what someone else has done in the configuration that's running on the end user accounts, you can go in there and you can easily see that. You can see what's been added or deleted. So we're excited about those things in ProfileUnity, but we're equally as excited about the things in FlexApp. And so we've added something, mostly for XenApp, session-based layering. And we've also added in click-to-layer capabilities in there too. So we're proud of those.
So that's really great. The FlexApp stuff is extremely interesting. I've been digging into that for a bit now. The click-to-layer and the session isolation capabilities that you kind of talked about, can you go into a little bit more of a detail and explain what those are and why they're considered so special?
Sure. So we'll start with click-to-layer. So our methodology with FlexApp is that you keep each individual application in its own layer. It's not tied to the OS, so therefore it's dramatically different than the included solution set from Citrix. You know, they bought Unidesk earlier. So we keep the applications truly separate from the OS. So when you can, you only package once, and it goes across each OS. But when you do that, and you get in that methodology that we practice, which is one VHD or VMDK per layer, you could end up with a lot of mounts happening right as the user logs in. It happens in tandem as the user logs in at login. Doesn't hold up the login, but those applications may take a while to appear. Click to layer really solves the benefits of having one layer per application, keeping that methodology while not mounting that application unless the user is actually demanded on demand. So what happens is that all the applications can flow in. Maybe you have 20 FlexApps on one user's desktop. All the shortcuts flow into that application. But that application layer is not mounted unless the user clicks on it. And when they do, the application mounts in seconds and it's good to go. That also works on XenApp as well, because if you published an application using FlexApp, and now we're dramatically lowering base image management. Think about a XenApp server that you could just keep very generic and just have your patch updates in it. So now when you publish applications there, the applications load really fast. And the first person to open that application, it'll take a second to mount that layer and to bring that application in. But anybody else in that environment will enjoy the robustness of that application coming in immediately. It's not unlike the delay that might happen when you have a published application anyway for the first time. You sort of take a hit and then they come in. So it's really effectively taking the ability to bring in 20 or 30 or 40 apps or as many apps as you want into a desktop at once, and to have a robust performance for login and also a great performance for bringing in those applications. But the other one that you asked about was session isolation. Right. So it sort of goes hand in hand, though, right, on a XenApp server or RDSH server. And that is, how do I have one generic RDSH box or XenApp box that I can have one base image for it, and then bring in multiple applications that'll work across accounting, that'll work across my HR department, that'll work across even doctors that may be roaming the hospitals, because here's what I don't want to happen, is every user in the organization to see all the apps that they may not need. So our session isolation keeps the fact that if you give your accountants applications that are for the accounting department, they'll only see those applications when they're mounted to that same XenApp server. So you can now dramatically lower the number of XenApp servers you're sitting there managing, where you may have had 5 or 6 or 7 before. You have one base image. You can have multiple ones to scale, of course, XenApp servers or RDSH servers, and then bring applications in on top of it. And we can even do that across multiple OS versions. We're the only ones with this technology out there. I mean, there's app layering technologies out there that are coupled to the OS, but they have pains. And we would argue they're not solving a lot because you're not dramatically lowering your base image management. So we're really, as you can tell, we're really excited about those features. You want to stop by and see them at VMworld. We're in booth number 1126. So we'll be showing those demonstrations live. And there's also live demos on the internet already that we've shown up.
That's awesome. You guys have definitely brought the sexy back with your FlexApp technology. At VMworld, will you be showing off anything new with regard to like the Stratusphere product?
Yes, I'm glad you asked, because we've got UI enhancements and we've got bells and whistles that we will be shipping in about a month and a half time. So if you want a sneak preview what's going to be in our user experience solution known as Stratusphere, visit us at the booth and we'll show you the latest version of Stratusphere, Stratusphere 6.0. That'll be shipping this fall. And the things that we're excited about, and we are going to be making some buzz about at the show, is our full support of IGL Thin clients. You see, IGL's got a lot of buzz lately since they've got a great team out there proactively getting their name out. So we're fully supporting that even at a hardware level. So we have a special agent coming out soon for that. You'll be able to talk to us about that. And then NVIDIA's got a lot of new metrics that we're able to take advantage of and to look at for the performance of NVIDIA cards. So we'll be talking about that not only in our booth, but we've got some airtime in the NVIDIA booth where Kevin Cook, our product manager for Stratusphere, will be talking about all the benefits of running us when you have NVIDIA cards in those environments. Aside from that, there's a lot more coming in Stratusphere. So I mentioned the UI enhancements that are coming for reports. but we've also got advanced inspectors that are coming that gives you a deeper look and a better look at what's going on in your environment. We've got an agent coming out for Mac OS in the 6.0 version, and then we're able to scale even more efficiently. We could scale already, but you had to have multiple servers. So I'm talking about one server being able to support multi-thousands of users being able to come in without having to install Stratusphere many times. So we're getting a little more efficient in the way that we scale without having to scale up the infrastructure involved in that. So a lot of exciting things happening on our user experience front for Stratusphere.
So Jason, on another topic, we've been seeing the UEM space heating up. A lot of your competitors have been gobbled up by either Citrix or VMware, and now we're even seeing Ivanti that's acquiring a few other companies to build their story. Can you tell us a little bit about the market and what's going on with all these acquisitions?
So it's made our job easier, right? Because you've got some consolidation happening in the industry. Instead of us having to put together multiple competitive sheets, we're able to drop some of those out because we're even seeing some products go away. So Ivanti, we found out, is we're almost 100% sure is going to consolidate to one UEM product. And we're pretty sure that's the AppSense side. So we're excited about that because we've already got many customers coming to us from AppSense and RES that are asking us, can we upgrade to ProfileUnity with FlexApp? So I have UEM and app layering, and I can take advantage of things that I've never seen before in my product that I'd use, like profile disk and embedded inventory, and the deep way that you can take a departmental app with FlexApp and actually manage that with one central console? And the answer is yes. So we put together a competitive program for the other UEM products out in the market that you can upgrade. If your renewal's coming up, you can upgrade for that cost of the renewal to brand new licenses for us for ProfileUnity. If you want to add FlexApp, you can. So we're excited about. We've already got users, organizations taking advantage of that program. We've hired some AppSense engineers. We've hired RES engineers that are actually actively walking our customers through those moves over, and we can effectively transition a company over without skipping a beat. And then you've got access to the full Liquidware Essential Suite that I mentioned earlier. That has all three products we talked about today for a cost-effective price. So you can consider the UX piece, user experience, and the app layering piece as well. On the Citrix side, the app layering part of the Unidesk they acquired, it's quite interesting in that because we saw that happen back in January, and we knew at the time because we were already competing with Unidesk. It's a different way to layer apps. You're layering the entire OS. And they have this thing called elastic layering and everything, but truly, those elastic layers are still chained to that OS. And we know this for sure. If you update one thing in those base images, you have to repackage. So it's a different methodology. It's going to work for certain Citrix accounts. For a strong Citrix partner, we encourage you, if you're on Platinum, you have access to that, try it out. But know that there's a different way that you can truly decouple your apps with FlexApp, package once, have the applications flow in very quickly, and you can also provision them very, very quick. We've got a Dare to Compare a couple of videos out there if you want to see that performance happen that our application layering expert, our app strategy expert, Ray Dussault, put together not long ago, and it really shows apples to apples in real time what it looks like side by side. So try out what you've got embedded in your suite, whether that's app volumes from VMware or from Citrix, the app layering, and then don't get disheartened if it doesn't work out for you, and it may work out for you just great. Know that there's a third-party vendor that partners strongly with Citrix and VMware that can help you with your application layering needs with FlexApp.
Great. So I guess what I'm hearing is that these acquisitions are actually a really good thing for Liquidware and kind of gets rid of some of the noise.
I described it in the UEM market, best case scenario for Liquidware Labs. Because we truly view ourselves as the only independent solution out there. If you're not happy with the big, the Landesk heat software, and then it became Ivanti, and they've acquired over 18 or 19 different solutions, including companies and the solutions those companies had in the last couple of years. And we know there's unrest out there. You may be happy sticking with them, but know there's an alternative there. We're the independent play there. And then, like I said, if you've got embedded solutions, know that there's an option out there. So yeah, best case scenario for us, because if you look at the UEM landscape, who are you going to choose from? It's ProfileUnity out there in the market that is still leading the way with features, as we talked about today, that are truly innovative in this space, and they're not becoming legacy. We're pushing the envelope. So if you want a leading solution that's going to answer today's needs, check us out.
So sort of hand in hand with that, you've talked about some of your differentiators with your competitors. Is there a simple explanation? And I know nothing's ever simple, right? But as your sales guys are out there, I'm sure they're getting asked something along the lines of, how does Liquidware products compare to company or product X, Y, or Z? Or if they already have Citrix after they've made their acquisitions, or the customer says, I already have VMware, and they've made their own acquisitions as well, like we've already talked about. There's a little bit of crossover there. How do your sales guys handle that situation where a prospect or a potential customer might be asking something like, why do I still need Liquidware if I've already got something that may be good or just good enough? How do your sales guys handle that?
Well, we tell the story similar to the way that I told it today. We remain the only independent solution out there that's truly pushing the envelope. We are the experts. I'll tell you a secret. We don't always win deals with the features in our products. We win deals because we become the smartest guy at the table because we innovated this stuff. And
right.
that can't remain true for all these acquisitions that are taking place. It becomes a feature set, in a product. And so if you want to so buying a product that's capable is one thing. Being able to have access to the talent that can tell you how to use it is another thing. And that's truly our talent, our system engineers, some of the best in the industry out there, that's why more times than not that our customers are choosing, on top of the fact that we have features that aren't seen in there. So let's be clear though, with Citrix, they still have User Profile Manager. They acquired NorScale, and it can help do some things that might speed up User Profile Manager. But User Profile Manager largely hasn't changed in 6 years, 5 or 6 years. And on the VMware side, you've got that acquisition of Immediate happen, and they have a pretty strong UEM product. The feature set differentiators is night and day between what we offer there, especially when you look at the way that a lot of those same customers want to use the app layering solution from them, and that's the app volumes. We designed our app layering from the ground up to be part of ProfileUnity, the UEM, and we know that is a winning strategy because you need to adjust registry keys. You need to have conditional aware settings that have filters that bring those applications to the desktop that you choose. So we already had that engine in ProfileUnity with the policies and the security parameters and the privilege elevation that takes place in there. So we sell as a solution that was purpose-built from the ground up. You look at the innovation that may or may not have happened in those feature sets of the platform vendors, and you'll see for yourselves that in the last 2 years we've not stopped. We're still winning the race there, whereas those become feature sets in there, and they have bug fixes largely in those. Like I said, you got access to those. Try them, love them if they work for you. If not, know that there's an alternative out there, and that's where we help VMware and Citrix when their customers have a need in the field and they want to try something different.
You said it earlier at the beginning of this conversation, but I would reiterate for any folks who are watching or listening to this, if you're going to be at VMworld, definitely come by and check out the Liquidware booth. I would agree with you, Jason. It's more than just a checkbox list as to whether or not you have this feature or that. It's also how it all integrates together. If you're building a solution like Liquidware and you're building it all to work together, it's a lot different than when a company buys up different technologies and then tries to string up multiple pieces and parts together. So I definitely suggest people go by and visit the Liquidware booth.
Yeah, here's some exciting things. Thank you for that. At the booth, everybody wants to know what's the freebie, what's the hotkey, what's the free item, right? So I want to take this opportunity too. We've got these brand new shirts, Liquidware Labs, branded with the new logo that we've got here. And they look great. They're gray. You wear gray shirts with anything, right? That's what we found is that you don't want to do pink shirts. You don't want to do black shirts always. You want to do something that goes with everything. So we got great shirts. They were similar shirts a hit at Citrix Synergy. And they also say on the back, dare to compare. And that's what we're asking you to do. Dare to compare whether it's your embedded solution that you're getting for free because you're on Platinum or on your own software maintenance or because you bought the enterprise version. because there are quality solutions out there that push the envelope, that can make your job more efficient, that can give you a return on your investment for what you put into them, that can lower your total cost of ownership. How many buzzwords did I hit just then? But they really do. So pick up a shirt from us. We've got some cooler stuff than that. If you get caught wearing the shirt, and this is the interesting thing, because we want everybody wearing the shirt on the floor, you stand to possibly win a Bluetooth speaker or a nicer prize. We're going to have fidget spinners, right? And I think that this is probably the show where you'll probably see those explode everywhere because they're a hot thing. But we've got that. We've got some nice Turbis-looking cups that we're going to give away. If you get caught wearing the shirt on the floor, we may be tapping you on the shoulder and saying, thanks for wearing the shirt. Thanks for daring to compare. And here's an even nicer item. So check us out. Get one of the early shirts and you have a chance to win nicer things.
So I have one more question for you. You know, we've been hearing for years about this is the year for VDI, right? Do you think that virtual desktops, VDI, DAS, cloud desktops, are they really starting to make inroads in 2017?
If you back up and you look at what the Citrix stance was, we've always been virtual. You know, when VDI came on, so we had XenApp, and that was virtual. So if you're convinced of that argument, you consider XenApp and server-based computing also a virtual way to desktop. We've seen a ramp to the year of virtual desktops. If you include strictly VDI, we've seen a slow ramp to that, and now it's good adoption. We're now seeing cloud-based VDI, right? Cloud desktops. Amazon Workspaces coming on strong, and we're a strong partner of theirs. I think this is the year that desktops and virtual desktops become more of a commodity. You've got companies out there like WorkSpot that offer a pretty quality solution out there for a better price that can give you a desktop. And you've got other companies out there, as I already stated, Amazon Workspaces, Independence IT is another one. And in computing, they've got a new solution out there on the market that they brought back, the old Verde stuff that they brought back and they breathed a lot of life into. You've got more ways to desktop than ever. So I see it being more of a commodity. Liquidware stands to help you in that. If you want to make that switch, just move out the underlying parts. And we've got your user environment management that'll cut across. You've got your applications you packaged once that'll cut across. We've got a user experience product that can tell you, is this new desktop I'm giving a try better than the old desktop? And I prove out a proof of concept to give me decision support to move over. So we're a win-win-win for the customer. When you don't have those things and you're not managing them as coupled in to your embedded environment, you become much more dynamic. You can just simply move out the parts. So is it the year of VDI? No, I think it's going to be the year of more heterogeneity. As I've said for a long time, there's going to be more ways to desktop. We've got a heck of a lot of physical desktops that we're making inroads to too. So I don't think the year of VDI is ever going to come.
Well, I do have one more question as well. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you something about the cloud. You talked a bit about AWS. With the desktop and application delivery market continuing to migrate things up into the cloud, is there something specific Liquidware is doing in this space? And if so, can you maybe tell us a little bit about what your cloud offering might be?
So I'm glad you asked that question because we truly are already embedded in the cloud. I mentioned Amazon Workspaces. We've got to play there. You don't get any more cloud than that, right? They never had an on-prem solution, and we fully support that all the way through. We've even got an AMI. You download and get the solutions in automatically out there on the Amazon Workspaces marketplace. You just download it and get started. You get the license from us. Bring your own license. I mean, you get it from us. You can run it in the cloud, and that goes for our entire solution set. So that I don't mean to mislead people and say that everyone's going to Amazon Workspaces. Obviously, they haven't. Citrix has got their own cloud methodology, and we have a lifecycle template that we have worked with Citrix to get approved, Citrix ready, and that gets our solution stack into there, especially our UEM one is already available with FlexApp. So you can download that, use the cloud of your choice, and it will download ProfileUnity and FlexApp and get you off and running. We're working to get UX in there as well. And obviously, VMware has made no bones about it. They are after the cloud, and there's many customers already moving over. We've helped that transition in some cases, but there's not a lot we have to do because we run on-prem the same way we run in a cloud. Some of our solutions you can leave on-prem for the management console. And then for the reporting server, you can have them in the cloud, and they're easy to have fully up into the cloud of your choice. So we support that. We've for many years supported DAS partners that have integrated both VMware and our Citrix products, and we run fully in that. So regardless of what you have, virtual, cloud, let's don't leave out physical, because there's hundreds of thousands of millions of desktops out there for physical, and we're also running on those through our entire solution set. FlexApp fully supports that too for well-managed physical desktops too. So keep that in mind too.
Hey, Jason. Well, it was great to hear from you, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys in a couple weeks over at VMworld. So in the meantime, I hope you guys get ready for the show, and we'll see you in a few weeks.
Yeah, thanks for having us. We're looking forward to seeing you, and we're looking forward to seeing our partners and our customers watching today. And thanks, Dave. Thanks, Brian.
All right. Have a good one. Thank you for your time.